Turbo's been sitting right here for the past week. Diesel Tech Chris here, guys. You see this truck here behind me? You might remember this truck from last week when I posted the video about us techs having to deal with aftermarket warranty companies. Well, I have an update for you on this truck. So I posted last week about dealing with aftermarket warranties and how bad they suck, and how there's a lot of areas where techs aren't getting paid to deal with certain things. One of those certain things is when these aftermarket companies have to send an inspector out to go over the repair before they approve it. And I had a lot of people in the comments and a lot of other creators, some asking genuine questions like, well, how does a tech lose money if an inspector has to come out? And I have two ways to discuss how that happens. Number one is time that you have to spend explaining things to the inspector once the inspector comes out. But I have a really good example like on this truck. How about the time that it takes from the time you tear the job down to get it ready for the inspector before the inspector finally comes out, the time that it's tying up your bay? So this truck came in consuming oil and it needed a turbo, and we diagnosed it, and I was told on Tuesday of last week to tear it down to get it ready for the inspector to come out. So I tore it down, turbo's out of it. Turbo's been sitting right here for the past week. Today is Monday of this week, and the inspector just came out about an hour ago. My bay has been tied up. It's been tied up that entire time. That's 5 business days if you include Saturday. Some of you might say, well, push it outside. And that's true, I could do that. But it's quite an inconvenience when you have tools laying on things and you have inner fender liners, out of the way. You've got tranny lines out of the way. It's very inconvenient to have to tie this thing back up, put it outside, pull it back in, get it racked again. Again, another example of how we're losing money. So just food for thought, guys. But I want to know your thoughts. So tell me in the comments what you think about scenarios like this.